trivia. Did you know that villagers have a mildly large forehead? Oh, look, I'm not making fun of them, I swear. But Steve, Alex, and all the other player models have 4 pixels of head space. But on the other hand, a villager's texture is 5 pixels. And what are they doing with all that extra brain power? Well, the world may never know. But in this case, we're stuffing that 5 head with even more useless Minecraft trivia. Such as, you might never think about it, but breathing's actually pretty useless. At least, it would be for Steve. And hidden in Minecraft sound files is a player breath sound. And if we actually use the /play sound command, we could actually hear what Mojang wants Steve's breath to sound like. Get a listen to this. Blazes, Sniffers, Wardens, they all have their own breathing noises, so why can't the players have theirs? I mean, it would get a little creepy. Imagine the sound playing every time the player breaks a block. And now I'm sure it's only a matter of time before Jack Black makes this noise everywhere in theaters worldwide. Do you wish there were vertical slabs in Minecraft? Well, here's the next best thing. According to Mojang, vertical slabs are never coming to Minecraft. But then explain this. See, we're able to make this weird shape with just stairs and slabs. And then what's interesting is that if you look at it from the right angle, it sort of gives the impression that we're using vertical slabs. Also resulting in this very strange looking flower thing. And while I'm not sure what you could ever use this for, or if it's even applicable in any other Minecraft build, well, then it would become useful, wouldn't it? And we can't have that in this video. Minecraft has plenty of caves to explore, but sometimes the deepest depths lie right before your very eyes. So if you open up the creative menu and scroll all the way down, right to the bottom of the blocks tab, the very last item you'll find is the waxed oxidized copper bulb. So share this information with your friends. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. We've talked about the size of the villager's head, but I'd be remiss if we left out the goat. No, not the actual goat, the other one. See, when a pufferfish expands, it grows from 0.35 blocks squared to 0.7 blocks squared. Double it in size to give it a total volume of 0.49 blocks. This makes a fully puffed pufferfish about half a block in size. And what can we do with this information? Not much, but it does get us the chance to think about what a pufferfish slab would look like. Just imagine poisoning and pricking your feet with every step. That's a free idea for you, Mojang. Get on it. Imagine soaring from tree to tree, suspended by a thin rope, with wind in your hair, passing a wild world beneath you. Apparently, it's a shared fantasy for many, as this command block zipline animation by Shrimpy Seagull on Reddit has become the most popular r/Minecraft post of all time. And might I say, deservedly so. It has a deeply intricate assembly sequence with curated camera angles, detailed sound bites, and all this earned them a deserved 140,000 upvotes and a spot in Minecraft's history books. And while we all know that the children yearn for the mines, the Minecraft Redditors seem to yearn for the zip lines. Steampunk, steampunk, steampunk. If you're a Minecraft builder, you've probably heard that word more times than you can count, and I can count, like a lot. But after all this time, I might have found the origin. Found in the r/gaming subreddit is a Minecraft build by user Deltagon. It showcases a massive steampunk city built into the legs of a towering bridge. And this impressive Minecraft build sports 130,000 upvotes to this day. And it's the highest rated Minecraft build on Reddit of all time. But it's too bad we can't do more with that information, other than build more steampunk. If you've ever played Herobrine's Mansion, it and custom maps like it are a significant part of Minecraft's history. I mean, after all, we wouldn't have things like Hypixel with Bedrock Marketplace without them. But what's the most downloaded adventure map of all time? Well, on Planet Minecraft, it's The Dropper by Big Rig. It was published in 2012, and it was such a hit that it also spawned a whole new genre of custom maps called Droppers, where the objective is to fall several dozen blocks without hitting anything on the way down. And why is it so popular? Well, the map taps into the player's primal urge to avoid being splattered like a poorly cracked egg. And at that point, it's over easy to see why this is the most popular map. And that's no joke. One of the best things about a creative game like Minecraft is having total control over the player's skin, where at any given point we can easily download a skin template and change it to whatever we want. I mean, there aren't a lot of games that let you just become anything that you might think up in MS Paint. But what you might not know is that the third most downloaded Planet Minecraft skin of all time is Batman. And come on, who wouldn't want to be a billionaire superhero who has both their parents? Oh, wait. What are lily pads actually pointing to? Other Minecraft plants like the sunflower will always point eastward, making them a decently useful tool for navigation. So why do the lily pads point the way that they do? Well, the direction's based on location, meaning a lily pad's orientation is forever predetermined. Yeah, no matter what direction you're facing or how many times you replace the block, it'll always face the same way. And does this direction mean anything? Do chains of lily pads secretly spell out a secret code or point to a secret stash of diamonds? Well, no. I mean, not unless you're simply Sark. Don't you hate it when a would-be symmetrical build is just slightly off? Imagine if the Pillager Outpost, a build that's been in Minecraft since April of 2019, had 2 random blocks missing from a single corner. I mean, that would just be crazy. Flat out insane. Unfortunately, you don't have to imagine it, it's real. Yeah, load up a world in any version after 1.14 and do a /locate command to find a Pillager Outpost. And just look at it. Look at what we've got to deal with. It's even recorded on several pages of Minecraft's official bug tracker. And I've been cursed with this useless fact, and now so do you. Sorry if you can't unsee it. I hate to break it to you, but Minecraft's ripping you off. Well, sort of. Let me explain. See, every stair recipe requires 6 blocks to craft 4 stairs. That means you're spending 1.5 blocks to make a single block of a stair. That is despite the stair blocks being a fraction of a full block themselves. So for every 1.5 blocks that we spend, we're actually only getting about half that, or 0.75 blocks in volume. And that means that every time that we're making ourselves some stairs, we're wasting half the materials just to get there. Which would be a big problem if the trapdoor recipe wasn't so much worse. And here, using 6 blocks to only get 2 trapdoors, which are just a fraction of the block size, that's pitiful. And the stone cutter doesn't make that one any better. Here's a neat trick. If you're in Bedrock Edition, you can grab yourself a shulker box, and then find a nice cozy cave wall and place your shulker right in front of you. Then with the lid facing towards your body, you can open it up very carefully. That shulker lid will push you inside of the cave wall. And if you happen to try this out in a cave wall that doesn't happen to be 1 block thick, I hope you enjoy the inside of it. There's only so many useful things that you can do before you suffocate to death. Mojang are trying to hide something from you, and it's inside of one of Minecraft's oldest features, the redstone repeater. Now, the repeater's usual function is to extend a redstone signal and create delay. It's a pretty basic redstone component, and it's useful in almost any machine. However, what if I told you the repeater had a secret? Practically useless secret. See, repeaters can be locked, and by powering a repeater from the side, it locks its current state until it's unlocked. And a locked repeater without will be unable to gain it back. And unless you're planning on doing computational redstone, there's really no use for locking a repeater. It's not like it's going to stop anyone from stealing it. Making technical redstone farms is one of the best ways to spend your time in Minecraft. With a little resource input here and a little time input there, you can get a steady flow of infinitely generating resources. But what if I told you that you could make machines for no material benefit whatsoever? Like here, by assembling a few dispensers and observers, you can turn a regular old smoker block into one that produces real smoke. And so, anytime that it's cooking, the campfire underneath the smoker will automatically ignite, creating a nice indicator for when it finishes. And now it's high time for someone to make a blast furnace that actually blasts off. Behold, my cherry blossom wooden pickaxe. And also behold, my crimson wooden pickaxe. Now, the more astute of you might have noticed that these are exactly the same tools. Yet, despite there being 10 different colored wood types, Minecraft only has a single wooden tool texture, brown. Imagine if we did have different colorful tools, depending on the wood type that you use to craft them. That would actually make you feel anytime that you're getting a different spawn, creating even more detailed worlds for storytelling. And I also just really want to have a red pickaxe. The default icon for a server's entry in the Minecraft menu is this, pack.png. It's an iconic bit of Minecraft history. Was it built specifically for the picture? Did Mojang just stroll along until they found a nice looking hill? Well, it's probably the latter, but some crazy people of the community actually managed to find it. Using complex algorithms, they were able to find the exact Minecraft seed where the pack.png picture was taken. It took thousands of people 8 months of their time and math. And by sacrificing all that by parsing trillions of possible Minecraft seeds, people are now able to visit their seed themselves in beta 1.7.3. Man, if you want to try it for yourself, it's 325-784-038-850-495-3787. Go on and check it out. Once a year, it seems like Minecraft developers are let out to pasture, free to code and design any Minecraft feature that they please in the wilds of Sweden. And we all call this yearly event April Fools. Now, the first April Fools Minecraft update has actually resulted in real features that were added into the main game. Well, not the very first April Fools event, since that was just a gimmick to get people to go to the website. But the one inside of the game had features like stained and tinted glass that first appeared in Minecraft 2.0. So, while many features are jokes, it allows the developers the freedom to explore ideas that normally they wouldn't get the chance to. And I'm still crossing my fingers that the ethos slab eventually becomes real. A TNT half slab that you light off, and it lets anvils on top of your head. Although there's typically been a vague release pattern for the Minecraft updates, there were 2 that came out in a noticeably interesting way. That being that Minecraft 1.19 was released on June 7th of 2022, while Minecraft 1.20 was released on June 7th of 2023. And for the first time ever, 2 major updates in a row released on the same date exactly a year apart. And was this pattern ever repeated? So far, no. I mean, Minecraft 121 came out on June 13th of this year, and that kind of discrepancy can't be explained away by the leap year. So will it ever repeat again? Probably not. During the ancient times, back in 2009, before color was ever invented, Minecraft was still in its in-dev phase of development. There were no wardens, no pillagers. Diamonds even were just a new thing after being renamed from emeralds. Minecraft was a completely different world. And during the in-dev 0.31, it was there that a feature was implemented changing Minecraft Minecraft forever, item dropping. Back then, Notch added the ability for players to drop items onto the ground. And imagine if we couldn't toss all of our garbage stuff in the lava. Or if we weren't able to flood our friends' inventory with useless junk like light gray stained glass paints. It's a world I don't want to live in, that's for sure. I love it when games have unique fantasy elements. And I'm talking about the magical fantasy that can't be found anywhere else. In Minecraft, it's things like the Creeper, the Warden, but most people don't know there's actually a secret fourth dimension in Minecraft. But if you open up your menu and navigate to the languages screen, you can try selecting this strange phrase, UK English. It changes words like cookies to biscuits, baked potatoes to jacket potatoes, and there's a whole new world of possibilities. It makes you wonder what other kind of zany words Mojang will make up to add to this wonderful game. Alright, quick, without looking, which key on your keyboard is the inventory key binded to? Well, has it always been that way? Because currently the default keybind to open your inventory is E. But that's obviously ridiculous, right? Does the E stand for inventory? It's insane. And it wasn't until 1.14 that it changed from I to E. And now I know what you're saying. Most sandbox games use E for its inventory key, and it's better to maintain its conventions. And you might also be saying that it's closer to the WAS and D movement keys, so it's far more comfortable to use. But none of this matters, since everyone knows the best way to open up your inventories with the tab key. Minecraft's end poem is an iconic ending to an iconic game. It wraps up an infinite sandbox with a surreal retrospective on what it means to make things in a world like Minecraft. And do you know how long it is? Well, the poem combined with Minecraft's credits scene goes on for an excruciating duration of 27 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, of course, this useless fact will not help you in any way. But what's so exceptionally useless about this fact is that Minecraft's 27-minute and 15-second credits doesn't even come close to breaking a world record. No, the longest end credits scene in a video game goes to Mighty Number 9 at a whopping 3 hours and 47 minutes and 50 seconds of playtime. And maybe we can get Julian Goff to write another 3.5 hours of scrolling text, which would still be more worthwhile going through than playing any of Mighty Number 9. If your friends always wanted to live at sea, then here's a way to bring the sea to them, or at least part of it. Since, folks, boats are entities, which means that if we want to, we could place down a whole bunch of these and cover your friend's entire house in boats. And let's be honest, it's not exactly an expensive prank, especially if you got yourself a tree farm, or even just a good axe and a taiga tree. And while it's annoying that these can't stack in your inventory, placing them down is a really easy setup. And then when your friend wants to get rid of it, they're also easy to clean up. And they'll probably want to as well, considering that many entities could get a little laggy. And really that's the most destructive part of this prank, the lag. And the only thing that I would caution against so that you don't get anything too mean would be making sure that none of the boats get too close to your friend's animal pet. While they're easy to break by themselves, when you have to look at the proper hitboxes to make sure that you're not killing your pigs and sheep, then it gets annoying. What do you call this Minecraft mob? Nowadays, I think we'd all agree it's a chicken, but that wasn't always the case. And there used to be heated debate during the beta that this mob was a duck, not a chicken. I mean, even Notch referred to the mob as the chicken, duck, whatevers. So maybe that history is why Mojang decided that ducks will never be added to Minecraft. Though, if you look at these community-made examples, it's clear that there is a lot more to be done here than just recolorations of the chickens. But instead, they could swim around in the new 1.19 swamps and rivers. Eating a pufferfish isn't a great idea. Not only is the poison going to leave you with a damaged life bar, but the nausea isn't that fun either. But that latter effect has actually gotten some changes. Instead of giving off nausea 2, pufferfish only give off nausea 1 when consumed in 1.16.2. That doesn't make any difference, so it's just a pointless change. Plains biomes make great locations for building.